My improvement of the week is improving a process that we currently have existing to make it easier accessible to multiple people at one time. So we currently have this Excel production schedule list of doors anticipated in the shop. It's broken up by job names, programming dates, fabrication dates, starting assembly date, and completed date, number of doors, and then here it's broken up by production weeks. Multiple jobs are broken up here by which doors will get done in that week, and then up here is a total of how many doors in each work week we anticipate to be done. So we can get a good outlook on what weeks are going to be overwhelmed, and maybe if we can start some doors sooner or push it out if the job allows. That way we do not overwhelm the door shop. So we were using this for a long time. The only problem was we did not have a outlook for programming and fabbing on the EWong. So we created this sheet. This one shows same information, but now it has a date we release the programming packet to Hector. Still has the number of doors. It's broken up by total leaves and then how many pairs, how many singles. Day we need the programming to be completed by. And then here Hector would fill out the day the program got done by. This shows when we need the doors to be fabbed on the EWong by, so that we can meet this date when we need the doors in the field. And then Hector requested that we have a comment section here so we can make notes, either something that held up programming or something that we wanted to keep track of, maybe either something that put the programming on hold or changed it. For example, this one we had to reprogram these doors after it was released to Hector because the door size was updated. So the date was actually programmed on this date and not this date. So this was a document we're using, but the only problem with that is it's an Excel sheet. So if I would send this out weekly to Hector, Aaron, and Juan, but if and when they made changes, like Hector put in his completion date, or if somebody made notes, they would resend it out in an email. I would have to take their notes, update the main copy that's on my desktop, make sure all the changes were applied, and then send it out to everybody again with a new updated date. So it's a little time consuming, and then making sure that all the changes were reflected on the newest version. So what I did from that, I created this one, which is a Google Doc. It's similar to the form that we fill out for our Friday planning lunches. It's a live document. Multiple people can make changes to it, and all the changes that anybody makes are reflected on one document. This one is editable by myself, Aaron, Hector, and Juan, and then a read-only version for others. So we're using this one, and it works really well. It's accessible on any computer, so if we forgot some information, we can go and look at the link and look at it on any computer. The only other thing was we wanted to have it accessible on our phones easily, so we have this Trello board that we use for door production. So we make cards for doors that are being released to the shop and what stage they're in, and we update it as they get done. So if these doors just got finished being programmed, we would move it over here so that Marvin would know that we need the metal brought in. Once he brought it in, he would change the little note here that the metal was in the door department. And then once the metal was cut and brought over to the EWong, then we would move the card here, showing that now it's currently being fabbed. And then once it got done being fabbed, then we would move it over here so that Marvin would know we're going to need the glass for those doors to be brought in. Once he brought it in, he would change it that the glass was in the door department. Then we would move it here once it's being assembled, and then move it here to show that it was done that week. And then here's the archive of all the jobs that we finished. So what I did was I took a screenshot of the programming schedule and placed it here so it's accessible on the Trello. And every time I make an updated version of it, I screenshot it and add it here to the Trello, and then change the date so that it's viewable by everybody. And both of these will be available for you guys to view here on the PM dashboard, PM reports, and it's here listed under Shop Door Schedule. This one on the portal hasn't been updated in a while. My log is updated weekly, sometimes daily, so I will make sure that this gets updated as well weekly so that you guys can see the anticipated production for your doors, see when we're busy, when we're not, and you can see if the dates reflect when you actually need them in the field. And that's my improvement for the week.